Good evening, all. I thought I'd do a quick video today. Before I get started, I think I need to put out there that this could be a trigger warning for some people. I'm going to talk about triggers for myself and my health-related anxiety, but there's going to be talk of things that trigger me off, and I don't want to trigger others. So if you are sensitive to some things, like things that trigger you, then maybe watch this video with a bit of caution. So I don't know how long it's been since I've done a video. Over a week, I think. I'm just sorry for saying constantly. That's just I'm not reading off a script, but you know. Anyway, so triggers for me are my breathing, my heart rate. If I can feel my heart rate, which may sound weird to some of you, a shooting pain in my head, a shooting pain in my stomach, a bad day with IBS, or just just my stomach in general can set me off. Sorry, saying again. It can be a variety of things, but anything that sort of I think could make me be in danger can trigger me. And my eyes, I've got floaters in my eyes, and sometimes on days where I'm tired, they can be worse than normal, and that can sometimes trigger me off. But oh my god, what if I'm going to go blind? My heart racing, even though I know I've got SVT, which causes an irregular heartbeat and can cause it to go really fast. And even though I know I take tablets that can cause me to have an irregular heartbeat even worse than I already do, that can still get me. But this is going to sound weird, maybe, I don't know. When it comes to my heart, I can sort of tell if it's an anxiety heartbeat or if it's an SVT heartbeat, which, unless you've got the condition, I guess you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But there's a big difference between the way my heart beats and what's causing it. In my opinion. So that can cause it. 10, 15 years ago, my reactions to these sort of things was awful, full-blown panic, and I'd be thinking about it for days, weeks, months. Like, I've got some muscles from working out, believe it or not, when I used to be able to do that. And if one looked odd or out of shape, I'd be like, well, what if there's a growth there? What if that's cancer? And this sort of stems from my sister having cancer, and she was diagnosed when I was 11, 12, and she passed away just before my 17th birthday. And yeah, just stuff like that triggers me. Yeah, it really does. I used to be a lot worse. I really did. But then I had some CBT therapy, and it changed the way I think about things. Since Christmas, actually, when I had pneumonia or COVID or whatever it was I was really, really poorly, and that really set my health-related anxiety off in a bad way from when I recovered. Whether it's like some form of post-traumatic stress afterwards, I don't know. But that set my health-related anxiety off quite badly, because it really did mess me up. I lost a lot of weight. I was really poorly for over 3 weeks, and I guess it just sort of changed my perspective on things. Not that I felt invincible before that, but I just hadn't been that poorly since swine flu 10 years ago or whatever. And you forget what it's like when you're being that poorly, not being able to function properly. So like I say, all these things that I've mentioned, I mean, there are a lot of things that trigger me, and there's different aspects to my mental health, so I'm not going to cover it all in this video. Like, I can get triggered by an intrusive thought about something completely random, so I'm going to cover that in a separate video because I don't want these videos to be too long. I guess, I don't know if anybody else experiences these kind of triggers or has this kind of anxiety. I know it's probably prominent around the world, but whether it's prominent in Peterborough or in my friendship group, I really don't know. Or whoever's going to view this, So I'm probably going to leave it there, but I've talked about my triggers. My next video I'll talk about other triggers, and then I'll go on to talking about what I do to not prevent them, but maybe prevent is the right word. I don't know. But to how I deal with them, how I get through, you know, the difficult periods. I'm really sorry for saying so much. It's a bad habit of mine. But thank you for tuning in again. If you've watched this far, I really appreciate all the feedback that I've been given, and I'm sure I'll be back in a few days to talk some more. Thank you.